starting isn't the hardest part. It's the continuing that's the hardest. And that's because people want to quit before they actually get somewhere. They don't know how to continue the path or continue the road. But yes, you could probably start anything. You could start a new habit or a new routine. You could start doing something that you've been thinking about and wanting for a very long time. But unless you continue it, we're talking like days, weeks, months, even years, it's not going to actually end anywhere. And the reason why people can't continue is because as you're progressing, it gets harder. It doesn't get easier. Everyone thinks that when you start a journey, eventually it starts to become easier. It doesn't. It actually just starts to become more of a behavior or a habit, or you just get used to it. None of it's easier, especially if what you're doing is trying to develop. If what you're trying to do is grow yourself, then you're going to be testing yourself. You're going to actually face new obstacles so that you can get better. But the reason why people quit is because they're like, it's getting too hard and I can't do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't keep up with it. So they quit. And most of the time people quit too soon. They are probably right on the verge of like a little breakthrough, and then they're on the verge of another little breakthrough and they quit. The reason why people quit is because it got so hard for them. They were at the point where they are tested and they just give in. They give up and they don't have the mental fortitude to get through. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to mental fortitude. Motivation will get you started, but it's going to be discipline and consistency that keeps you going. And you can't just rely on motivation. Anyone can be motivated, but motivation doesn't actually carry you through, because that's not what's going to keep your routine. That's not going to be what helps you get tested. It's the discipline, it's the resilience, it's the mental fortitude, because you have to face things that are hard. And if you're not willing to do anything, then you're going to stay the same. So yes, the tests are going to come. And if you're one of those people that you started something in 2024, then awesome, good for you. But if you're the type of person who quits 3 weeks in, 2 days in, whatever it is, then you're just going to start and restart all over again. And every year is going to be the same. But guess what? You run out of starts. You're going to run out of New Year's resolutions. You're going to run out of all of these things that you want because you keep starting and then stopping. That's really the reality of it. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you've started something, see it through. If it's something that maybe is just getting you off the ground, maybe it's something that is 6 weeks, it's 8 weeks, it's 12, it's 6 months, it's 12 months. It doesn't matter what it is. See it through, because you never know when that breakthrough moment is going to happen. And if you actually stay with it, you actually stay on the course, you will see that you probably will hit so many breakthrough moments that you'll look back and you'll be like, I'm so glad that I didn't quit. And too often people quit. And so I'm telling you this today because I see people quit all the time. I see people quit before they've even had a chance to start. They haven't even given things a chance, which is probably one of the most disappointing things that I will ever see. So if you have started something today, if you have started something yesterday, it doesn't matter when it was, see it through. Because you never know when your moment's going to come. And it's that moment where you overcome something that you didn't think you could. That is the moment that you truly understand that you have grown, that you have changed, that you are something more than what you were. But you know what? Get to that damn moment. And don't quit before you get there. This is why people do it. And then they start and stop. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, more people would change their life if they just continue to do the same thing over and over again. That's essentially what discipline is. It's boring, it's redundant, it's the same thing over and over. It's just stacking the same wins, it's stacking the same actions. What makes you think that someone that is at the top, someone that is looking their best, they're super successful, someone that has made it, you think that they did something special? No, they didn't. All they did is the same thing every single day, and they haven't changed anything. It's the same thing. Even today, they're probably doing the same thing that they were doing 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. And you think that one day they just woke up and it just happened that way? It doesn't work like that. When you start to understand that ingraining a habit, changing who you are, then everything changes for you. So what you're doing today, what you started yesterday, hopefully, what you maybe are starting today or tomorrow or next week or next month or whenever, see it through. And that is your message today. That is what you need to carry with you forward. And if you quit, then you're quitting on yourself. You're not quitting on whatever program or person or whatever. You're quitting on yourself. So know the difference between quitting and letting go. Because if you're letting something go, you know it's not serving you. You know it's not actually in your best interest to better your life. That is different. Know the difference between letting something go that doesn't serve you and quitting on something because you're not good enough.